Well, with this being rather successful as such, I thought I'd make it self-contained. So today I've just popped round the cheap shop just to see what they have, because after Christmas, you know, you get well, not bargains, nothing's a bargain, is it? But it's not too bad. Look, see, half price. And some of these lights, they've got a battery case, you see, so it's worth it for that, isn't it? And I thought I'd try that. Also got two of those 9-volt batteries, £1 each, you know, so I spent what, £6 on. Anyway, I put a 9-volt one just to try it on this box, and it works alright, and it's a bit less violent, so when I do it correctly. You see, made it work better. All I've got to do, very simply, I can show you actually, is just unsolder these wires, cut that one off, put a length of solder on and wrap it round there. Well, I think you can see this alright. I've stripped that off, look. As I say, KISS, keep it simple, eh? I did have somewhere I had a proper, you know, connector for it, but don't need it. We'll do it this way. I'll just cut it off, and in fact there's some wires inside, won't matter in the slightest, will it? In fact it'll look more impressive, won't it? So all I've got to do is just stick a bit of solder on there, like that. You'll laugh at this. Oh, 2 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, I thought I wanted a new reel of solder. And I got it and I didn't know what size to get. And of course I got too small. But it does the job, but I should have got a bit thicker, shouldn't I? I had some, hardly ever had to buy any, you know. I had some that a lad brought me from work, you know, from his work in the factory years ago. And I don't use very much. Oh, it lasted 20 years or more. So I had to buy any more. There you are. That's a simple job, isn't it? I will leave my soldering iron on. And then just see if we can wrap this around here, because it shouldn't ever have to come off again. All it has to do is stay on, which it's still a bit springy, that is. I was expecting that to stop on a bit better, but I don't know. It would if I wasn't so ham-fisted. Just an aged thing again. It would then work. I mean, I can hold it on, just put a bit of tape or something on. You know, it doesn't need very much, does it? It should hold on, I think. Right, blooming solder's out of the way now. Do you know, I don't know if you ever have problems soldering and messing about, but I often seem to. Right, let's just see. No, thank God it. Look at that. Typical. I told you, soldering has never been a strong point of mine, but normal wiring and things, I can do it without a problem. Still haven't got it. See that? It's like gluing, isn't it? I always I always think of soldering the same as gluing. Never have any success. I really don't. Because in theory, I mean, all you've got to do is put some solder on your iron and put a lump on there and it should join together. But of course it doesn't. I don't know why. Oh, that's got it. That's one done. Amazing. You see how long it takes? Simplest little job. Takes forever, doesn't it? I thought I had enough. This one should stop on because it's a lot more concave or convex. That way. Like that. Right? Whatever it is. If I had a... Well, as I say, I've been fiddly for a long while. At work I started to have a problem putting small, very small nuts and bolts. You know, we had to do it at work. There was one of the gauges had a thing, but go get on badly, aren't we? But I'll let you see me struggle, because I know you like to see me struggle, don't you? I know you do. There. You would think with this being soldered it would be a bit stiffer, wouldn't you? Now if I just get my finger out of the way, knock that solder off and put a little bit more on. And see if I can just stick a bit on there. I can, that's worked. How about that? See? It does work. Look at that. That one hadn't worked, of course. But that's a simple solution. Very simple solution to that one coming off. You just get your pliers and nip it a bit. Like that. And bit of tape over it maybe. I might just have another go at that actually. It's only got to contact, has it? Put it on down there, and I know my arm's in the way a bit, but there we are. Now let's try it. Still wants to come off. I don't know why. You know what'll happen, don't you? I'll get the damn thing so hot that it'll melt the battery, melt this, because it's joined together inside, isn't it? So we know what'll happen. Let's see if I can just fill that up there like that. There. See if that'll stick it. It has. Now, have we ruined the battery? Yeah. By the look of... oh no. We're alright. The wire was holding it. Right, success. Look at that. They're on. Can you see that? They're both on, look. So all I've got to do now is get a piece of tape and put that inside. We'll have one last quick demo and that'll do. Well, after all the shenanigans of sticking it and cutting a bit of tape and cutting it off, look, it's made it self-contained now, and it's also made it a lot less violent, so it now works, look. See that? As long as the coins connect. You know, one of the problems, of course, with using coins to do it, they've been handled and they've got grease on, haven't they? So they don't always connect. But they normally do, and if you look, they don't shoot the other side of the shop now, do they? You know, like they were doing. So, I think it's fair to say that we can conclude that that's successful. I'm sure you agree. I've also got something else to show you. Now, I don't know if this is going to work or not, but you know I mentioned these diamond cutting discs that I got, and they seem to last and don't take long. Well, I thought they should cut stone up, shouldn't they? So I don't know if this will work. What I need is some very small ones, really, to start with. Now, I'm no artist or anything like that, but I can either do some carving on it, and I don't know how this is going to work. I'm only doing it quickly. Takes a long while, but as you can see, if I can hold it still for you in the light, it's makes a nice groove in there, doesn't it? See? So we can either do a bit of carving with these, and I've also got the, you know, umbilical cord thing. So, because the thing is, you see, it's only, well, 2nd of January, 3rd of January day, and it's a long while till spring, and I need something to do. So, what I thought I could do is either get some very small stones and using a sheet of the perspex that I've got and those lights I've got. I just, as I say, I only thought of this sort of today. I've been thinking of possibly using my Dremel to carve some stones or something, you know, just for a decoration. Simple decoration that's got to take a little time to do. And I've got this perspex, of course. I've got some there. Sorry, let me zoom in most of the time. There, look, got that. I've got the rest of that I cut out, a big sheet of that. And I've got another sheet here. And I thought, if I've got that glue that might work and might not, haven't I? You know me, love of gluing. So I thought, well, not marquetry as such, because that's, you know, but if I can just, as I say, this will be a, you know, entertainment, that's all. Winter entertainment. Should take up a few days and make something decorative at the end. Well, of course, today I got those lights, didn't I, you see? So if I just do a square, don't know how big yet, and mark it out and drill it and put those lights, just drill a little hole and stick those lights in, we can put that on the back for a frame, to have an illuminated frame. And then either get some very small stones I can cut up to make a picture of some sort, or do some carving on some stones, something like that. I've just picked these about the garden, like, you know. But I mean, it's got an added bonus. We can have a trip to the beach to get some stones, can't we? You know, day out. When the weather comes fit and there's not too much of these fizz crystals on the road to dissolve your car, we could do that. So give us some ideas, see what you think. Is there anything better I can do, easier? Because as I say, I'm no artist, but you know, I can do a bit of research first, can't I? And look at all the people doing it and see what they've done. and see. But something, or I might do something totally different, like, you know. But I'm just thinking, I mean, you see, we've got that glue that if you leave it overnight it seems to work. It should stick a few stones on a bit of plastic, shouldn't it? That's what I'm saying. And I can see if I can get some, I can either get some very small ones, you know, and probably do a little bit of decoration on one of these with this. For a you know, in the centre or something, I don't know. You know, I've not really thought of it, but it was just getting those lights today and having the things. I thought, well, that should keep us amused for a bit, shouldn't it? And make another decoration to hang on the wall. Right. So there you go. So, look at that. It now works. Works well, look. See that? Put them on there and it normally tips it up. If you get it on the edge, where it hits that edge and goes in. Made it more interesting. And it's self-contained. There you go.